Women, clothes, and fly whips. But more than anything, they had respect.
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nimes YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we back with a TV show review. And we got BMF, the series on STARZ, episode 1. Going into this series and coming off those documentaries about BMF, you know, as far as BIGMEECH and Southwest T and everything, as far as seeing them come from Detroit and everything in between, leading into them leading into BIGMEECH being in Atlanta. Just seeing, coming off this first episode, you know how Southwest T was pretty much a laid-back individual. He was always laid back and whatnot. And knowing who BIGMEECH was, who was always in the front center, you know who he was. They're embodying these roles. And one thing I want to say as far as the acting, going into this and knowing that Meech Jr., Little Meech Jr., he was playing his father, I'm definitely seeing him playing this role, and I'm definitely seeing him embodying this role. The first thing I can say is that reminded me was Ice Cube's son playing him in NWA. That's what reminded me about Little Meech playing BIGMEECH in this, because that's all you see. I wasn't worried about seeing Little Meech like, oh, that's Little Meech playing BIGMEECH. No, the first thing I said was, okay, this BIGMEECH. That's the first thing I see. And shout out to the dude that's playing Terry. I don't got his name right now. He looked familiar too, but shout out to the dude that's playing Terry, Southwest T. He embodying that role, man. I'm seeing them as brothers. That's the first thing about it. The chemistry between Little Meech and the dude that's playing Southwest T, the chemistry between them two, I see them definitely as brothers. And the whole family dynamic, the mama, the daddy, man. Shout out to my man playing the father, man, Russell Hornsby, who playing Charles, who is BIGMEECH and Southwest T's father. Man, you ain't never seen Lincoln Heights. You definitely need to check out Lincoln Heights. He playing Lincoln Heights. He playing a daddy in Lincoln Heights too. So he definitely was made for this role, bro. But anyway, man, going into this and just seeing Little Meech playing BIGMEECH, I think that was the first thing a lot of people wanted to see. Was he going to be able to pull the acting off? I'm the first one to say that he pulling it off to me, going off this first episode. I know we got a long way to go and more episodes to go, but as far as this first episode, he's pulling it off. As far as them coming from Detroit and the city, because I feel like in the series, whatever city you embodying and whatever you're doing with it, that city got to play a character too. And just coming off this first episode, I feel like Detroit is playing a major role in the series. So I feel like Detroit is going to play a major role throughout the whole series and more episodes and whatnot. And I was caught off guard. Shout out to Cash Dog. I was caught off guard with her. I did not even know that was Cash Dog. But being that I'm not sitting here saying that I listen to Cash Dog music or I've heard her songs throughout, but I knew she was going to be in the series, man. One person that I did not know that's going to be in the series, and I'm sorry if you taking this spoilers, I got to get this away. Lil Zane is in the series, but I was looking it up and I was like, is that Lil Zane? My wife was telling me, that's Lil Zane. I'm like, nah, that ain't Lil Zane. Lil Zane is in the series, and shout out to Lil Zane because his acting is off the chain. I'm not saying he like doing this phenomenal role or whatnot, because he ain't in that many scenes or whatnot in this first episode, but the scenes that he's in, he pulling it off. Finding Forster. But anyway, man, overall, man, Lala, she's Lala in this. Hey, man, I ain't never wanted to be the biggest fan of Lala's acting. I ain't even about the front. I'm telling you straight up, I ain't the biggest fan of Lala's acting, but the role she plays in this, which is not a big role, she doing what she does, man. But I think the more she does, I think she does way better role, way better acting in The Chi. But overall, going into this first episode, just watching them and seeing the things they're going through, and to see how Meech wanted to take care of his family. That's the first thing I'm getting from this first episode. Meech wants to take care of his family. He doesn't want to see his family struggle. He didn't want to see them going through this hardship, seeing his daddy go out here work hardships, work day in and day out, and them trying to play mortgages, trying to own a home or whatnot, and doing what they trying to do. That's the main thing you get from this. Not only that, you see Meech taking that big brother role on, and I guess I was confused because I always thought Meech was the younger brother, and I thought Southwest T was oldest. So my bad on that. I guess I got that confused. Meech is the oldest, and you see him always taking that, so not only the responsibility, but taking that, I guess you would say, the blame for certain things. He's taking the blame and being the one to step in front of the bullet for a lot of things. And just seeing him take on this role, and once again the acting. Shout out to Little Meech playing this role of his father. The acting, hey, everybody's doing their thing in this, man. This a dude they talking about in this, a Detroit dude they talking about in this. He like this legend or whatnot. Dude gave me straight up Omar vibes from The Wire. Shout out Michael K. Williams. Rest in peace to Michael K. Williams, man. He gave me straight up Omar vibes, man. You gonna know what I'm talking about when you watch it though, man. But the thing I took from this is the family dynamic, man. Once again, I want to shout out to the actor playing the daddy, man. If you are a father, man, and you just seeing, like, damn, you seeing he trying to do everything he can to make sure his family is good, and just seeing that he seeing his sons out here doing what they doing, primarily Meech, seeing what he's doing, because the first thing I'm taking from this is that Southwest is a thinker. Terry is a thinker. Dude is a straight thinker. Meech is a thinker too. They both are thinkers. That's the thing you're going to take from this first episode, is Meech and Terry were thinkers. They was always plotting and trying to keep things moving, but they were smart too at the same time. Terry was like, hey, he wasn't as laid back as you would think he was going off this first episode. But like I said, Meech was always there. They was both giving each other advice. They both trying to preach to each other about things they should do and things they shouldn't do. But the thing about it is the chemistry between each other, man. This first episode, I'm telling you, man, shout out to the actors and shout out to them bringing in Little Meech to play his daddy. He's embodying this role, man, and the chemistry between him and the guy that's playing Terry. Hey, you not 1 second, I'm telling you, in my opinion, you not going in this 1 second thinking that's Little Meech playing Big Meech. No. And I want to keep put an emphasis on that and keep saying that as soon as you see him come on screen, I'm like, okay, I'm into this. I'm gone. As far as watching him embody the role of Big Meech. And I'm like, I'm with it. Overall, though, I will say I want to see more. I don't want to say I feel like it was kind of rushed seeing them come up as far as being, doing what they was doing as far as being in the streets or whatnot, but I would have liked to see a little bit more development on that. I will say that, because I feel like that part kind of came right there. But I know we got to get going, and this is BMF. This ain't the origin stories of raising Big Meech. I understand that we getting both of their stories or whatnot, and we seeing the rise. So I know we got to get things going, but I guess I would have liked to see them, how they came about getting into the role as far as the streets or whatnot. And it's kind of just felt like they went from getting into this they OG card, the big dude, shout out to Wood Harris, and the guy he playing. Oh man, I got to get my names right, bro. But I like to come straight off of watching the series and jump into the review. But it just seemed like they kind of just went straight forward into them being, you know what I'm saying, what they was doing as far as the streets or whatnot. But hold on. Pat, they working for Wood Harris's character Pat, and it seems like they got into that car and then boom, they was already out here. I would have just liked to see a little bit more development on that part, seeing how they went about learning the process of doing what they was doing in that part, because it seemed like they basically knew what they was doing off gate. Overall, though, I feel like this is going to be a good origin story. I feel like, like I say again, Do not be looking forward to Atlanta, even when this first started off, because this first starts off pretty much 2005, but it's not Atlanta. I was thinking they showing Meech in Atlanta, but it was in him in Detroit, and it kind of shifts into 1980s or whatnot. One thing I want to say, can we stick to the 80s music? Because it's a scene in here where it kind of start playing like updated music. I'm like, wait a minute, they ain't sticking with the scene. It ain't going with this scene or whatnot, because we in the 80s or whatnot. And it kind of got that formula of that music or whatnot in here. But yeah, I want them to stick with that 80s formula of music or whatnot. Stick with that background of music. Overall though, I like this episode. I think it could have been a little bit better. I mean, this wasn't a perfect episode at all, but I do think I'm gonna enjoy this series or whatnot. I think it's been better. Other series that had started off a little bit better. Overall, acting, I'm with it. I feel like everybody's doing their thing as far as acting. I just think I gotta give them more. I just think it's got to be a couple more episodes I get into. But overall, the way they dive into the family dynamic, the relationship between Meech and his father, I really enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. And shout out once again to Little Meech playing Big Meech, and the whole chemistry between not only him and his brother, but him and his mama. It's a scene between him and his mama in here that I really enjoyed, and I love the conversation they had. And man, look, especially in the 80s, when you got them stone cold parents that's like, no, we got our way and you can go your way. I'm telling, hey, I really love how they doing that. And oh man, the one. Hold on, man. I love the actors in this, man. I love everybody playing their role, man. And it's a scene in here too. I guess I got a little confused because it's a cop in here and he a coach at the school. And I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I see what they doing. He undercover, I guess. Shout out to my man Steve Harris playing Detective Brian. I was like, I knew he was playing a cop, but when he first came on the scene, I'm like, oh, so I guess he's, yeah, pretty much. And hold on, I'm trying to find this actress, man. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to find this actress. Anyway, I can't find her name, man. But the actress that's playing Big Meech's and Terry's mother, I seen her, and she been in a couple movies, man. I know I done seen a couple movies, but shout out to her, man. She's killing her role. It's a scene between, like I said, her and Big Meech. Meech, and beat for beat, what they're saying and the conversation between each other, man, I really like that scene. I think that's a scene that really leads into another scene. Well, that's the scene that comes before that scene as far as what the conversation he has between his father, I think leads perfectly into the scene and the conversation he has with his mama or whatnot. But overall, I think this episode just giving you the more than anything, the dynamics between his brother and him and why they doing what they doing, and the most important thing is taking care of their family. My bad, y'all, for stuff. My bad, man. I'm just trying to get out everything I'm trying to say because I don't want to miss anything from this episode, because like I said, it's a lot in this episode, and like I said, it's a lot going to be going on, and it might even have me going back to the documentaries to see certain things that I might even miss. Because, like I said, overall, I watched those documentaries, and it's been a minute since I watched that one documentary. But the most important thing I got from this episode is the family. Family. And the chemistry between the family, Meech, Terry, they mama and they daddy, Charles. That's the most important thing I got from this episode. Overall, though, I think this series is going to play out good. I think it's going to be a very good episode. A very good series. I'm not going to front, though. I'm enjoying, like I said, Raising Kanan a little bit more than I'm enjoying this, but it's just one episode. That's the thing. Going into the second episode and the third episode, I don't know what we're going to get. And it could get better and better, just like this is. The one thing I will say, and I'm enjoying, just like with Wu-Tang, just like with Raising Kanan, I like the character development, the behind-the-scenes thing, and seeing these characters and how they evolve and the build-up to get to who they're going to become. That's the thing I'm really enjoying. But overall, I want y'all to let me know in the comment section, did y'all enjoy this episode? If you checked it out as far as the BMF series, episode 1. overall, I did enjoy this episode, and shout out to the theme song, bro. 50 in these theme songs, killing it, bro. Shout out to 50 overall, and shout out to STARZ, man, and us getting these good series, bro. And second of producing. Shout out to everybody, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 300 subs. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. We out.
So you a policeman now? Because them men need weapons to do their job. What kind of job you got you need a gun?
It's not like that.
Then what's it like, Demetrius?